I'll start because I don't have a whole lot to say.
Okay.
I mean, it's no secret that I'm not the biggest fan of this series. I still kind of do find it a bit repetitive, and I understand that that's the whole point of it. So I'm not complaining. I'm just making an observation.
Okay.
However, I will say that this book is a bit more interesting than the first two. I think it's because like, you got the whole book thing, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That's like Harry Potter and the Half Blood Prince, right? He has like this
Hmm.
cheat code thing going on. But I was wondering, okay, fine. So if they're like writing these little cheat codes in the book, and like they're doing them, but not in an obvious way, wouldn't the AI have already picked it up? Like if you keep repeating the same actions, like even though it was like, oh, I just discovered it myself, like it's the same thing that they're doing, right? These little cheat codes, or like is it like totally going undetected? So I was like, that's interesting. But I'm like, how is it really happening though? Like, wouldn't they kind of figure it out that, oh, this person's doing it, this previous person did it, and this previous person did it too. So like what's the chain that's linking all three of them? So I feel like he's gonna give away the book secret. But like apart from that, I'm like, I wanna see what happens. So I did not really feel this way with the first two books. I kind of felt like, this guy just is like running around in circles. But with this new,
And there's no like master plan, but now we're like feeling like a master plan.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
I, I
Now with
agree
this
with
like
that. Yeah.
new potions book that's in play, I'm like, yeah, I want to see what's gonna happen. So yeah, but like everything else is super funny. Like it's so absurd
It
to the
is
point of
absurd.
being ridiculous, and I think that again is the whole point of it. Princess Donut is still the star of the show.
Mm,
Like, no way. Like, her new look with the mohawk and everything is also funny.
I know. Oh
So
god.
dumb. Yeah. But yeah, it's I like this book better than the previous two books, so that's where I'm at.
Cool. Okay. My turn. Um Digging it so far. I think I like this one better than the first two as well so far, just because of that overarching maybe master plan that's happening. Um, I still like the two main characters. I think they're both great. Donut's just the best. Like I basically want Princess Donut in my life. And Carl, I almost forgot his name for a second, but it's like the namesake of the whole book. He's also pretty good. I like. I'm I'm looking forward to, and I hope we get it like eventually. But I don't even know if it'll be like in this book because there's a lot. But I'd like to know like more about his backstory and like where he's like come from. Because we know his like job and whatnot, but like maybe if we know a little bit more about like why he's so like intrinsically kind of like good, I guess, and wanting to like help people overall. I don't. It's not that I don't buy it. I just kind of like I wonder if they're gonna kind of like explain like the why behind it a little bit. They've said like a little bit, and I think they've talked about like his like rough childhood and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Do either of you guys watch the Critical Drinker slash the Critical Gamer on YouTube? Um, Critical Drinker talks about sometimes pop culture, but mostly like movies and TV shows, and he's just very critical on them. And then he has like a gaming channel too. He was the first conductor that like got like murdered, but he just had like a cameo in this book, and they mentioned in the beginning, and so I was like looking for it. But he has such a distinctive voice that I almost wish that I hadn't known he was going to be in it because I just would have recognized it. So that was kind of cool hearing him. Um, I'm liking Katya too. She's very interesting, and how her like powers work is like very like weird and complicated, but like pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool. And like I guess how I'm understanding it is she has like two levels. She has like, which I guess this exists in games too. You have what she's like actually wearing and displaying and how she is, and then how people actually perceive her, like a skin being on top of her or something like that. And so that idea that she can like make like how they explained it, like make spikes come out of her where they're punching her so that they can hurt her. This is like a classic game damage mechanic where someone hits you and they get hit back, but like the fact that they're actually like making it happen and explaining like a reasonable reason for why it would happen is kind of cool. Um, Yeah, I just really want to know more about the anarchist stuff and all. That's pretty dope. Oh yeah, and also I think another reason why I like this, I really like the level design. I like the fact that it's like this giant train system. I just think that's like really cool and like super different from before. And I think like it's causing like weird antics and mayhem that wasn't possible before. And so that's kind of dope. I'm even though he's like done it several times, like his whole like bubble, and then he like shoves people back in the train to like cause like this like giant it's like giant squash pile of humanity or monsters rather. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, digging it like the others, but I think I like it even a smidge more. So happy so far.
Sorry, I'm like so out of it. I love it per usual, no complaints. This book, I am glad we got to a point where we're kind of getting a little bit or discovering more of that plot with the anarchist book and like figuring it out and like okay, like now there's like an end goal in sight. I guess you could say. I know that we always wanted him to like get out of it and he wanted to beat it and nobody ever beats the game or whatever. But like I think that whole aspect of it was like really interesting and I really appreciate that. I'm like okay, that's cool, especially because like it brings like a little bit more humanity to the game, like versus like obviously like we know the players.
Oh, Manel was
She
gone.
said, "You
I
dumb
I
bitch."
thought I
Oh,
thought that was like I almost just looked at it as like a glitch in my screens because like I like something like changed. I didn't even recognize she was gone for a second. Welcome back.
I don't know. So I'm interested to see where it's going, and then like the whole like Mordecai disappearing for a week thing too was like so interesting, and I'm like, what happened there? There's just like
Yeah,
a lot of the book is just like really entertaining. I don't know how to describe it. I like them all, so I like this one just as much. I am at the point where I'm like, okay, can I do because there's eight, right?
if I remember right, I think there's 7 and 8 is coming out this year. Or
Okay, I
maybe
am
it's
at the
6
point.
and 7 is coming out this year. I'm not really sure.
Okay, anyways, I am at the point where I'm just like, how many more books can we do of this? Because it is the same with like gameplay and reality. Like it does get very repetitive. Like we're, like
Sure.
obviously we have goals and like side quests and stuff, but
Sure.
at the end of the day, the mechanics are still the same. So I'm like, okay, like
But it ends
how
up
are we
hitting
gonna
different while you're reading it because it's like, well, okay, but somehow it's fine to do the same thing for 300 hours in a game, but not
yeah.
necessarily while reading. Yeah.
Well, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So
I
I'm just like,
agree.
okay, like what's now? But other than that, I think it's so funny. I honestly think it's like the best part about this book, like aside from the plot, is the characters and just like their like side comments that like kind of just like are interjected here and there, but like don't like like Princess Donut. She's like, oh, that woman's at woman is head of HR. And she's like, that's racist.
Yeah.
Like,
Human
very sweet. Like
resources. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, humans. Just like and it is mostly Princess Donut, but also like the very serious things that people do that are just like so funny, like these fun freaky baboon things with like their red asses just like running around, like in all of these characters. And I just love like seeing all the characters and what's happening and like these boss fights and the AI and all of that. And I just think it's so interesting. And this is one where I was just like, I would actually love to see this created into a TV series only because there's so much visually that would be there, would like be present in like a TV series. So this is something that I
Sure.
would be interested in seeing. Um, and also I think like this level itself is like really cool, where it's just like a revolving train and stuff like that. And I don't know, I don't really have much to say except like it's entertaining, it's fun, it's good. I was worried that I was getting repetitive, but now that we've introduced like the Anarchy Cookbook, I like that and I appreciate that. And then there's like that one freaky scene. Did his mom commit suicide?
Oh, I don't think I got that.
Oh, I could be misthinking this. I'm probably misthinking it.
It
But
was
there was
like
this
during
one
like a
scene.
flashback kind of thing?
Yeah, they were down at the water or something, and his mom was crying and telling him something.
Oh, okay.
Do you
I
guys
do
remember
kind
that?
of yeah. That's not
It was
how
like
I
really
remembered it, but you could be
somber, and I was
right.
just like, huh, huh.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, um, yeah. I mean, I just want to keep reading. I just want to see what's going on and just kind of get to the end. Like I said, I just love hearing Princess Donuts, like little quips. Like I just think they're so fucking funny. Like Yeah, and I love like the voiceover too of the characters. Like I'm glad it's narrated with the people that it's narrated with. It's like really interesting. So go
I
ahead,
forgot to say, Manel said like you were kind of like wondering like what's going to be the end game, and you're kind of like thought experiments and whatnot. And I guess we're all doing that. I have this like really far left idea of like the reason why they've gotten away with this in the past or blah 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 is just the fact that the AI running the show is kind of a crackpot, and
Yeah,
maybe the AI is letting it happen. Maybe the AI almost wants it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I wonder if the AI himself is going to kind of end up being like an end game character, which I think would be pretty cool. And I like the
I
AI
agree.
because of all of his ridiculous things that he says.
And to Manel's thing too about like when the AI catch on too, I do think it's the same like in video games too, where there are glitches that people just like kind of manipulate and work through that the game developers like didn't
Hmm.
necessarily look at. So I do believe that like
Yeah,
that's just one
just
of those things that
exploits that
naturally
the
happen.
developers never notice.
Exactly.
That does happen in
Mm-hmm.
pretty much every single video game. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
There's and then that's why
That's
they
fair.
always have like fucking patches and like updates because people find them, they exploit them, and it's
Right.
just like to me
And
that's
that's
just
why
like
you
yeah,
always
it's just
have
one of
like
them.
speedrunners always run on the vanilla of the game because it's the most broken. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair.
me. That's what I do. I never update it. I'm just like no, fuck you.
Cool, short and sweet. I'm glad we're
Yeah.
all somewhere between moderately to a lot enjoying it. That's always a
Yeah.
good thing. Also, not Warbreaker. I always
What?
want to just call everything Warbreaker now when it comes to Brandon Sanderson because it's the only name I can remember. Way of Kings. Uh, that was our first Universal 5-star in quite a while, so I was
Mm,
happy to see that happen. Maybe
nice.
you're muted, Manel. Maybe since Warbreaker, although I think maybe one of you guys might have voted Warbreaker as 4. I can't remember, but it had like been a while. Like I looked at the list and I was like, oh geez, we haven't had one of these in quite a while.
Wow. Remember last year when we like had back to back 5 stars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That
think
was
it was
fun.
like last year at like the beginning of the year. Remember we like started
Yeah.
this year like
Yeah.
super strong. Ooh, one of them was that where it was like an offshoot of a trilogy that we never actually read. Like about like that like samurai culture where there's like magic involved. That one was
The
super
popping war?
freaking good. No,
Oh,
no.
Sword of
Gosh, not the
Kaigen?
propaganda. Yeah, sort of
Again.
Kaigen. Yeah. I
Yeah,
remember that
that's
was
true.
like part of that, and also I think it started with that not anime with that
The
graphic
Japanese
novel.
one?
Yeah, that that was also in there. But that graphic novel that was like about like traveling through this like night magical area we
Oh
remember that was like
yes.
also in that. Man, we had a really good streak going. I think there was like 5 where we just there was like these are
Yeah,
all
it's
incredible.
true.
We need another one of those streaks.
It's true.
Oh, I forgot to start recording. Bye YouTube.
Bye,
Bye,
YouTube.
YouTube.